In medieval Europe and in many other places in the world, your weapons needed to be ready all the time. You had to make sure they were in fighting order and fighting condition, and that would not be so if you did not clean your weapons. So how did medieval Europe soldiers and knights clean their weapons? It was kind of gross. They would mix up a bunch of sand and urine, and then they would rub that on their swords, and it would take off the oxidization layer. Like you see here on this blade, there's a little oxidization and a little here. Now, that was fairly effective, and it worked on basically any metal. They did it to armor, they did it to chainmail, they did it to swords, to maces, to spearheads, halberds. If there was metal, you would pee on it and then rub sand on it, and that would clean it. Modern day swords have a much higher carbon content, and they require some more specialized tools. One of the things you can use is to get the surface oxidation and everything else off is metal polish. I like Autosol. Other people have their own thing. And that cleans off your sword. Here you can see this came off of this sword, and you might not even be able to see much on there, but that's just kind of what comes with it. After you do that, you have two options. You can either wax your sword or you can oil it. Oiling it, you put a thin layer of a mineral oil on there. I prefer food grade. That way if I lick my sword, I don't die. And that oil will create a layer where oxygen can't go through, and so you don't get oxidization or rust very much. Now, this sword was oiled, and you can see there's still a couple little specks here, and that's normal. My preferred method is Renaissance wax. This is what the British Museum uses to preserve all of their pieces. This is an amazing product. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I wish. The stuff's expensive as heck. But one of those is going to do hundreds and hundreds of swords. You don't need much. It goes on. It creates a nice hard layer of wax, and you're good to go. Thankfully, neither of these products smell like pee and sand. They do have like a petroleum smell to it, though, but that's because they're wax and oil. It happens. Now, the Japanese had different methods about going with cleaning, and I'll do an episode on that, but this is a Japanese cleaning kit for katanas. And I'll do a whole episode on that when my katana comes, because I'm going to want to clean it and keep it in good shape. But, thankfully, we don't have to pee on our stuff anymore. It's great. I would rather not wear armor that somebody peed on and rubbed with sand, because I don't know if that smell would go away. And also, it probably didn't smell very good to begin with anyway. So there you have it. How to clean your sword.